Hello, so today I'm going to be doing a sketchbook tour. This sketchbook is a Milini A5 sketchbook with 150 GSM acid-free paper, and I got this from my local art store, and they had a white version and a cream version in regards to the color of the paper, and I like the cream one, so that's the one that I've got. Let's just get straight into it. If you are a subscriber of mine, you may recognize this page and the first couple of pages. I did a video about breaking into a new sketchbook, and yeah, I have process on the first couple of pages if you want to check that out. It's funny, this is the first page that I did. I don't usually do anything on the first page except for write my contact details, which I've blurred out in case they get lost. But I did for this sketchbook, and it's actually one of my favorite pages. Just because I love the colors, and like that's a leaf, a real leaf. I don't know what type of leaf this is, but I just pressed it from some flowers that a friend gave me. So disclaimer before we get any further, there is a bit of nudity in the sketchbook, so if that offends you, you don't want to see that, then this is not the video for you. And I started off my sketchbook with a bit of a checklist of all the goals that I wanted to do, and looking back at it now, I did some of them. I drew more hands, I drew more men. I didn't do any painting in this book, I don't think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't do any painting. Definitely didn't do any landscape paintings. But I did try to stop smudging, and I stuck more stuff in. And I definitely wrote more. I used this book for everything. So there may be a couple of pages missing just because I did use it as a bit of a journal and like a checklist for things that I was doing. Did that make sense? I don't know. Here we just have some watercolor plants and a Santa Claus from Australia. I don't know. These were done, any like colorful drawings that you see like this, I use Prismacolor pencils. They're the only colored pencils that I like, or that I have tried and that I've liked. This, I was watching The Punisher at the time that I drew this. This is John Bernthal. It doesn't, like it looks like him, but it also doesn't at all. But I had fun. That was my first pen drawing that I'd done in quite a while. Oh, here's some painting. Here's some gouache. This is probably the only painting that I did. I'm going to say that, and then there's going to be like 10 paintings in here. But this was just some fish, boy, more fish, more fish. I do a lot of these kind of thumbnail-y small sketches in here as well. This is when I was making badges out of Shrinky Dink plastic. I just wanted to plan them out before I made those. This is a whole page of Charlie Puth, except I don't know if that is. But these are. This is oh dear. But I draw a lot of celebrities because there's a lot of high quality pictures of them, which is what I like. So you will probably see a lot of celebrities throughout this book. Another pen drawing. And this is just a regular ballpoint pen. There's nothing special about any of the materials that I use. Drawing poses from dance videos is a very good way to practice bodies if you don't want to go to life drawing classes. This is another planning page and testing stamps. This is a sketchbook lookbook page. I have a process of this up somewhere on my channel. This is one of my favorite pages. I just quite like how different everything is, but it's very same but different, you know? So Tom Hardy, glitter, sticky tape, and rubber stamps. This is ballpoint pen and ink from stamps. Yeah. Random diary entry. Not really sure. New Year's resolutions. Okay. This is ugly. I'll try not to skip over the ugly stuff. But there is a lot of this in here because this is my everything book, so everything kind of just goes in here. Another ugly page. Trying to think of video ideas. I went through a phase where I thought I'd be doing a lot more like what I eat in a day, and then I was like, who cares? So they never happened. I only ever did 2 of these calendar spreads in my journal. I really liked how it looked, but I didn't really end up using them that often. And I tend to just kind of make a calendar each month for that month and put it on my wall and use it. Maybe I should just buy a calendar. But this is watercolor and pencil and tape. These are referenced from some negative feedback videos, or maybe the same negative feedback video. I'm not too sure, but it's a good channel if you like photography. That's another sketchbook lookbook page. And that was done in Procreate, and I printed it off and stuck it in. Because I think I've been doing a lot more digital work lately, but I still like keeping a physical journal. So for the stuff that I like, I tend to print it off and keep it in a book just so that I can have it to look back on and remember that it's kind of like a part of what I was doing at that time as well. Sketch, drawing. Yeah, this book is kind of a mixture between a sketchbook and an art journal and a diary. And I know that like quite a few people like to keep those things separate, but for me it's just easier to have them all in one. This is some drawings that I did for a friend for a tattoo. She ended up getting this one done. But this page I put this like wrapping paper on it because I was going to do some kind of journal spread, and then I never did. So I just ended up sticking this in here as like a weird thing. But I actually did all the work for these later on in the journal. So I kind of came back and stuck this in before. You'll see what I mean. This is another pen drawing. There's a little bit of smudging here, which is weird because it's pen, but I think I did do a little bit of pencil underneath. So I think that's what's transferring, because usually the pen drawings are fine when it comes to transferring. I quite like this drawing because I often feel like this, but I feel like this is how I draw, even though this drawing's a bit wonky, but this is how I feel when I'm like, here's my art. And so here's the preliminary work for the poppy flower that I did for my friend, one of my oldest friends that I have. Oldest as in friends for the longest time. I really liked this one, but ultimately we decided to go with this one because it was closer to her personal style and tattoos that she already had. But yeah, I liked this one, so I redrew it in colored pencil. This page is kind of weird, but so this side is me drawing on the back of a receipt, but then these words were a song idea that I had, and I actually ended up turning it into a song. This is the Velcro song that I have on my SoundCloud, but it's kind of just like a longer version that I ended up rejigging into a shorter thing. So I do have lyrics in here as well, but most of the lyrics I keep on my phone, so there's not too much of that. And I tried to paint on my shoes, so I planned it, and then I did it, and it was so disgusting, so I threw the shoes out. But they were old anyway, so it was fine. These are drawings from a market that I went to where I was just with my friend. We were selling some of our clothes and stuff. But these are very super, super quick drawings, so they're pretty crazy. But this is the kind of work that I really don't do often enough, because this is what makes you better at drawing in real life, drawing real people, giving yourself limits and restrictions. Like, so for me, it was time limits. People were moving around. It was very busy. This woman with the hat, I feel like I drew her multiple times because she was sitting across from me, but I was also trying to make it look like I wasn't looking at her. That's a dog, a crazy dog. And it was funny, when I was doing these, a woman came up who was selling next to us, and she was like, oh, I really like your drawings. And I was up to this page at that point, and I think I had drawn her. I don't remember. I think she was this woman. And I was like, oh yeah, I drew you. I hope you don't mind. And she flipped out. She was really happy. And so I was like, oh, that's cute. Even though these drawings are like kind of shitty, that made her day. Which is good, because I'm always worried that if someone finds out that I drew them, they'll be like, well, what the hell? That's creepy. Because it kind of is, but like, I don't know where I was going with that. Song lyrics and popcorn. I don't think I liked any of these, so I didn't do anything. More lyrics and just general random notes. This is someone that I follow on Instagram, and I really like her style, so I drew her. Here are some beards. Just decided to do a full beard page plus half a beard page with some leaves. I really liked doing this. I kind of tried to draw the beards a little bit differently in each thing. I feel like these are the same, but I mean, for this one, I tried to do more of a shadow approach rather than like a liney approach. But yeah, that was fun. I liked doing that. Here's more beards. And then this is the start of a video that I have. That's where you draw, but you don't look at the paper. So that's what all of these beautiful drawings are. Why they're a bit messed up, but I really like the way these look. I think they're cool. This is just, I don't know, a poem, journal, I don't know. And I was at a park, so I drew the park plus some tree stuff. This is probably my favorite thing in this journal. It's Prismacolor pencils. And yeah, I think side profile and like hair, ears, nose are my favorite things to draw. So that's why I liked drawing this so much. And plants. In my last sketchbook tour, I think I was a lot harder on myself. But I mean, I wasn't doing it in a mean way. Like I was just kind of seeing where I could do better. But I did get a lot of comments of people being like, you shouldn't be so hard on yourself. So I'm trying not to be. But yeah, there is a lot more ugliness. Although I do like these drawings as well. These are just random. I think Instagram, as I was scrolling through my Instagram, I just drew stuff and some video ideas that I never did. This is so ugly. So I drew these like as I was watching Peaky Blinders, and then I actually like paused and drew. So that's why these are a lot better than those, because I was actually watching the show when I was drawing and not actually drawing while drawing. This is another page of, I hadn't drawn like without a reference in a long time for these. I don't know if this was referenced. I can't remember, but these were definitely not referenced, so they're a bit like, that's why I'm writing this kind of stuff. What is hat? Yeah, that's a terrible hat. This was just some like nude pose studies. This wasn't life drawing. There's a website, I forgot what it's called, but there's lots of websites where you can just get poses. You can get them clothed or naked or whatever. So that's mechanical pencil. This is, I think, like a 6B pencil. 6B pencil. Random song lyrics. Hands. Drawing more hands. And these are those fine tip markers. I follow a lot of artists who are really, really good at using these. And their work is incredible. And it always makes me want to try them. But then I do something like this. And this says, I hate using these pens. I suck at them. And then this is a ballpoint pen. That was random. And some guy. So when I'm doing these types of figure drawings, I focus on the body. And then I get to the face. And this happens. This was someone that I saw and I really liked her outfit. And then I like purposefully remembered it so that I could go home and draw it. This is a journal entry. I had some photos of my friend Jade just lying around, so I cut them up and stuck them in. But look how pretty this paper is. I don't know if you can see, probably not, but it's like got sparkly things in it. Super cute. I got it, whoa, I just ruined that. Oh god. I don't know where that was. Oh well. I got it as a, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the paper. It was wrapping up a present that I got, but I just really enjoyed the paper. More Tom Hardy, more random stuff, not referenced. Or maybe that was, not sure. That was referenced. List. My rubber stamp video. Just like the ideas for that, and then the actual testing of the stamps. More testing. I quite like this little drawing. I think it's me. Sometimes I draw something and I'm not quite sure if it's me, but I think it's at least inspired by me. This drawing, rubber stamp video again. It's a pencil drawing. This is the start of some character development that I was doing for some art for a friend's film. So I was kind of trying to simplify this character who's a real person into like an illustration. All of these are really ugly. So thank God that the actual girl doesn't look anything like this anymore. But yeah, this was just the beginning, and then I kind of transferred it over into Procreate. So I don't have any other sketches of her in here. But she's cute. The final version, not these. And then I think I was still designing her, and then I just went like a bit off the plot. Have you ever worn a fan wig? I don't know. I had some Polaroids from a beach trip with my friend Georgie. So I stuck them in. We're getting towards the end of the sketchbook now. And when I get to the end of a sketchbook, I get lazy. I don't know why, because obviously you can still use the back of a sketchbook, but I tend to like stick stuff in to finish it because I want it to be finished so that I can start a new one. Which is, I don't know, that's so weird now that I think about it, but I do it all the time. I went to a restaurant and I was waiting for my friends, so I drew their ferns. I had some hanging ferns. And then these are some drawings that I did on the back of receipts of people that I saw just out and about. This is a Procreate drawing, but I liked it, so I printed it out and stuck it in my book. This was not referenced, except for the fish were referenced. Then this is the last page. I did this yesterday and I did this today, so just random doodles. These are all just out of my brain. Little angel with mechanical pencil, and then this is with a 6B pencil. And then this was today, just little girl, Viking girl thing. And in the back of the book, I have some stuff in one of these. And I got these, I think I got this from like Officeworks. But I've seen them in like $2 stores, junk stores, craft stores. Like you can get a pack of these for like $2. But I like to glue them in and stick stuff in there. I've used everything in here. Oh wait, no, there's something in here. Oh, just a little sticker and some paint swatches. And yeah, that's the end of that book. What's that? Oh, that's the string. I've grown quite emotionally attached to this book. I especially love this patch. So when I get my new book, I'm going to have to get a new patch or something to stick on it because I like them to look different, but the same. Anyway, I'm going to go buy a new sketchbook now. I might try and buy a bigger one. I'd really love to get a sketchbook that's in between A5 and A4. I'm not sure what that paper size is, but they're like this big. Boop, 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 boop. But if I can't find that, I might try and get an A5 one and an A4 one and just see if I can go back to A4, because I used to use A4 in school, but I don't know, I quite like A5. So we'll see how that goes. This sketchbook is definitely not as pretty as my last sketchbook, where I tried to make every page its own art piece, but I still like it and I still love using it. And I think that's the main thing that you should look for in your own sketchbook, is that you like to use it and that it helps you grow as an artist. Anyway, that's all I have to say. So I'll catch you around. Bye.